Hi, my name is Mark Mitford with HR Catalyst. Today is Friday, so it's time for Mark's Friday 3 and 3, where I share three great HR tips with you in 3 minutes. So, with that, let's go and get started. I know we're only in mid September right now, but we can definitely feel there's a little bit of fall weather coming on board, a little bit cooler in the mornings, which is great. But before you know it, it's going to be Halloween, and that's going to just be around the block in about 6 weeks. So, let's focus on some year end planning and be thinking about some of the key things you need to do for year end. One of them I know that everybody is thrilled about is the 2026 budget planning. Probably most organizations are going to get started with that in October or November timeframe. One of the key things about the budget planning process is you also need to be thinking about and baking in that process your salary increase budget for next year. So we use an outside consulting group called PayScale to do our compensation benchmarking work. And their robust report, first of all, it's on our website. So if you need it, you can get it from our website or you can contact me directly. But they're coming in at an overall average for the US of 3.5%. So that 3.5% of your current payroll will be set for your salary increase budget for next year. We're going to talk a lot more about that in an upcoming 3 and 3. And really, the philosophy we follow is around pay for performance, and we recommend our clients follow that too. So stay tuned for that. The next thing we want to do is recommend on item number 2 is setting your strategic planning session up. Strategic planning is really going to be focusing on at least the next year, so 2026, maybe even going a little further. But you better to set it up now, especially if you have 6 or more leaders on your leadership team. You may have an advisory board or a board of directors and invite some of them to that meeting also. Depending on the size and complexity of your company, your strategic planning session will be at least one day, possibly 2 days. So making sure, again, you get that on the calendars because everybody is really busy. So get that on the calendar. Last piece of advice on that, use an outside facilitator. So make sure you don't try to do this yourself. Hire somebody who's a professional who can run that session for you. It'll just be so much more productive and you will get to the outcomes you want to having somebody from the outside doing that for you. And the last item we wanted to think about today for item number 3 is really think about your talent pipeline going into 2026. Your talent pipeline could be a lot of different things. This could be key positions you need to fill for next year. They could include a really good news story, could be business growth. So you may need to add another senior level salesperson, marketing person, operations person because of growth. You might have retirement coming up of a key leader. And then also you may have movement where you're moving and transferring a key person to another role. And that may leave a gap, or you may have an exit. A person may have left the company in the last couple of months and you haven't backfilled that position yet. So making sure that you plan for this, because if you're filling especially a C-level position or an executive position, that could easily be a six-figure salary or above for that role. So making sure you think about this because this will perfectly segue into your planning, your budget planning session that you'll be having in the next couple of months. So with that, those are our 3 items we wanted to focus on this time around. But appreciate your time and have a great weekend. We'll talk again soon. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye bye.